Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. You work the entire season to put yourself in position to thrive, to excel in games like this. A late season top 10 showdown, playoff implications aplenty. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll run the toss. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Texas A&M going up tempo.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
They'll ride the hot hand. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
The give to the back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And that's a live ball. Defense just cradling that fumble.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Using his feet. On his feet at the 40. Nothing but green ahead. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. The opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to try to return this one. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Looking for a productive play on first down. Makes it past the marker. Smashes through. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
To the ground. He's got it again. At the 40, there he goes. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
From the 30-yard line on first down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Tough sledding there as he picks up one to the 29.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Quarterback will audible. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. Keeps looking downfield. Working that left side now. Hard-hitting tackle. Alabama pushing the tempo. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded, the run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Got enough for the first. Oh, look out! The 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
Hey, Matt.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll try it over the left side. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Texas A&M 14, Alabama 3.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So, obviously, to do it on this stage will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoff.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And it'll be down right there.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit.
Listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And that was a play where maybe the big target was open quicker or sooner than the quarterback had anticipated, but it's still no excuse to throw the ball off your back leg. You got to chop up your steps, you got to get a good base, and you got to step into the throw.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They're trying to get to it. Myers on the move. Got a wide open receiver. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Defense, what are we doing? You can't miss that guy. How are you going to leave the big fella wide open? You can't act like you didn't see him line up. You know where he is. You knew coming into the game he's a weapon. That had to be a coverage pass.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Running behind that left side. And that ball's free behind the line. The defense pounced on that, and now they're headed the other way.
You just wonder about this guy's confidence right now. After fumbling in his last game, he's just fumbled again now. He seems like he's a little bit unsure of himself, and because of that, if you're the offensive coordinator, how many more times do you want to go back to this guy in this game?
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. The run from the shotgun. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Williams will pass. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on 3rd down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked up.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find...
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. He's at the 10, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown Tide!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Fair catch, called for and made. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? They're going to throw it to start the drive. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Tackle is made after the first down. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. The Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's got it on the right. Looks as if Texas A&M will have enough for the first down. Offense, quick tempo. Reads it, fires complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it harder to think.
From the gun, running back on the move. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Now on the option. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. And the Aggies in the hurry-up. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Williams looking for a man. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the offense tries to slip on the screen. That's a good play on 3rd and short if you can get them aggressive and the defense aggressive. But the defense sniffed it out. Shut that play down before it even started.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a 2nd time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He caught it.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggie. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Oh, he tosses it back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Just enough time to get off one more snap. To the air, it's Jennings. Quarterback extends the play. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Aggies will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes that Alabama offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the 2nd half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the 2nd half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll leave it with him. Running with power. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll tell you what, those linebackers, they better buckle their chin straps. Come downhill, and when you're tackling a big boy like this at running back, you want to get their legs. You want to take their legs out from underneath them, but a good job of picking up their legs and continue to pick up and get more yards.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Touch pass on the run. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Coming up, 4th down.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Looking to move it through the air. Skips away from pressure. Makes his connection.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. With the catch, it's Figueroa. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
Offense facing 4th down.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Now improvising. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback, and they're able to come away with a pick.
Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll give it to the back. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a 1st down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the 1st down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Snags it over the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
The give to the back. The expressway is wide open. He now has 85 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but That usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
Give to the running back. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4.
28, Alabama, 10.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field towards the offense.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. If you should have ran a better route.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
He'll take another shot here. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
Texas A&M, 28, Alabama, 10.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Scrambling away. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
He makes the grab. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. Alabama quickly back to the line. From the red zone, looking for a space. Feeling some heat. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Second and 10 here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. Trying to get to it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
And guys, they've come through on the first 2 third-down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll get rid of it. Touchdown, Bama! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. If he doesn't get you with his arm, he'll get you with his legs, or he might get you with both of them.
It stinks, man. Having to defend a guy like this, that just, you think you're going to get him in the pocket. You got to play the first play where you might be throwing the ball from the pocket, and then he scrambles, and now you're defending the run and the throw down the field. It's just, it's kind of like rush hour back in the day. Which one of y'all kicked me?
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Now on 2nd down. Right back to the well. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The handoff, keep working on that clock. Turns it on at midfield. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
And that play there is essentially a microcosm of why this guy's the leading rusher in the nation and why he's in contention for the Heisman Trophy. This guy's got speed, open field running ability. He can break tackles. He can just do it all.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They'll try the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
And I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He turns it loose to the left. Grabs it inside the 10. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. And the quarterback is sacked. Big play by the defense that is probably going to be wiped out by that penalty flag. I think they jumped offside. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Getting set for 1st down. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Well, after not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. Leaves it with the running back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Low man wins, and he jumps. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Aggie. He ran through tackles like water through a sieve. They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Ball State opened up a can. And how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of the MAC should take notice. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. With the catch, it's O'Donnell. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Steps away. Here's a throw downfield late. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, 4th quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Got his man quickly. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome.
Looking deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, picked off.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Shadow of the goalpost looming. 1st and 10 from their own 1, just looking for breathing room. Power football with the run. He's loose at the 15. There he goes to the right. The 40. At the 30. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt